Are there some countries in the world which have done well as far as taking care of the aged is concerned?
A working woman is a better mother, or a housewife is a better mother?
What do you think about electric vehicles? Do they have a bright future in India, or some kind of problems?
Have you heard of Article 24 of the Constitution of India?
What is India's China policy? Can you summarize in 2-3 sentences?
May I come in, sir?
Come.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Right.
Thank you, sir.
Ayan Jain.
Yes,
Hindi, English?
English, sir.
English, okay. When is the interview, Ayan?
Not in the first phase.
Not in the first phase. You're still waiting for a date.
Yes.
After doing your B.Tech in Electrical Engineering 21,
Yes.
have you been doing something?
Sir, I gave the civil services. Currently, I'm in IPS, sir. I have taken extraordinary leave.
I see. Okay. You joined IPS as last year's batch.
Yes, sir. IPS 23 batch.
Okay. So, and what is your preference now? It's
Sir, the administrative services first and
or
foreign service
foreign
second.
service. Okay. And you are from Madhya Pradesh, right?
Sir, Madhya Pradesh and Delhi, sir.
And Delhi.
Yes.
Settled in Delhi, sort of, or?
No, sir. Grew up entirely in Delhi, sir.
Ah.
I was born in Madhya Pradesh, and currently I have gone back to Madhya Pradesh.
But your father is in a senior position. Yeah.
See, he has retired now, sir.
Retired now. Okay. So that took you to different places or no?
Sir, almost entirely we were in Delhi only because my mother's work was in Delhi.
Oh, okay. What is her area?
Sir, she is in investment banking.
Investment bank.
Yes.
Okay. Is that a subject of interest for you? Investment banking?
Sir, I have not delved into that sector. Sir, I have not worked in that sector and do not have any education in that area, sir.
Okay. You have followed this discussion about the pension schemes?
Yes, sir. The basic idea I do have, sir.
Yeah. So what would be your considered view? What should one stick to? The old scheme or the new scheme is in the larger interest of the country or the individual?
Sir, I do believe the new pension scheme is in the interest of the larger population, sir, because it does not pose a financial burden, and also the matching by the people, it makes it a more sustainable scheme, sir.
Okay. Moving to another area, the number of people who are above 60, that number is going up. Is that a matter of concern or there is nothing much to be worried about that?
Sir, the fact in itself is certainly a matter of something to be happy about, sir, that the life expectancy has gone up. At the same time, sir, we have to ensure that the elderly persons are skilled and they do not feel alienated and their interests are taken care of. That should be the concern, sir.
So is that being done or how is that to be done?
Sir, it is being done to some extent, sir, through government interventions also, such as saving schemes for elders, and also we see institutions such as old age homes. But I believe the main thing has to be social change, the perception with respect to elderly persons, their active involvement in society, and also their training and skilling, because they still have immense potential to contribute to society, sir.
Are there some countries in the world which have done well as far as taking care of the aged is concerned?
Sir, I'm not able to think of any specific country, but yes, sir, I've heard many countries have went.
Are there some methods of doing that different from what India is doing? Can you think of some such policies or programs which other countries have adopted?
Sir, I'm not able to think of a specific program, but sir, involving the youth to take care of elderly persons, to interact with them, so that for their well-being, this is one such step, sir. And also again, skilling them in the modern technologies and other education, even if at a basic level, will help them not feel as if they are not a part of this society.
Okay. Chalo.
Ayan,
Yes.
tell me your mother's profile. Who is your inspiration, your father or your mother?
Ma'am, both of them are my inspiration, ma'am.
Still, if I ask you who is number one?
Ma'am, I would say from a career point of view, my father has been a bigger inspiration. But from a work ethic, dedication point of view, both of them have been extremely hardworking. Possibly my mother has been more hardworking because she also took care of me and the entire house.
You have other siblings?
Yes, ma'am.
And what are they doing?
Ma'am, I have an elder brother. He is an IAS of the 21 batch.
21 batch.
Yes.
Right. So tell me a little more about your mother.
Yes, ma'am.
We need more women in the work arena. So in that perspective, a working woman is a better mother, or a housewife is a better mother?
Ma'am, I would say both play extremely important roles and contributions. Ma'am, a working mother serves as an excellent inspiration, not only in terms of working hard and being dedicated, but also towards gender sensitization and building that lens of viewing the world from a more egalitarian perspective and not having any gender stereotypes or biases. Ma'am, certainly a mother who is a homemaker may be able to take care of children better and will be able to take care of the entire house, all the chores, which is also
Do you
very...
see working woman as a multitasker?
Yes, ma'am.
That she has to perform many roles
Yes, ma'am.
and excel in every field.
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, I understand this is partly due to the social norms where family rearing has often become the burden of the mothers.
To the larger question, we have been faced this question that we do not women folk in India do not contribute to the GDP in a big way, and we should pull up our socks and do that. But do you think not quantifying the workforce as a housewife or working in the fields at the lower strata in the agrarian society needs to be quantified and added to the GDP? Though they are not evaluated in monetary terms, still the labor is utilized and they are a workforce. What is your opinion on that?
Ma'am, I would call this a shortcoming of the GDP system because certainly,
we need to add more parameters there.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
So because otherwise the GDP gives a very lopsided view of India's GDP.
Yes, definitely, ma'am.
Right. So any studies made in this regard? Are you aware that some research has been done on this in this forum?
Yes, ma'am. The Nobel laureate winner of this time is Claudia Golden. She worked on women labor force participation.
I was coming to that only. That it's a very serious concern now,
Yes,
and the world needs to make more, yardsticks for quantifying GDP.
Yes, ma'am. Certainly.
Let's talk about RBI's role.
Yes.
In banking reforms. We had a major issue with non-performing assets, and now we have been able to somehow manage that management of the NP.
Yes, ma'am.
NPAs. So what is your take on that?
Yes, ma'am. NPAs have reached a decadal low, ma'am. The percentage, I believe, is around 10% now. Ma'am, RBI has played a major role in this?
Less than 10%. Anyway,
thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. When it comes to either the loan provisioning that has to be done or through the prompt corrective action which the RBI intervenes in when any bank is in such situation, then, ma'am, the asset reconstruction company which was created. So, ma'am, multiple measures have been taken place and thus the NPAs have reduced.
My one concern is about NCLT, which, when a company declares itself, it is declared as an insolvent company, and then the assets of that company is auctioned.
Yes.
And a company worth 47,000 crore goes for 430 crores. So somehow, the public perception is what is happening.
Yes.
So what is your take on that? You must be aware of the case.
Ma'am, very sorry, ma'am, I'm not...
Reliance.
Ma'am, I do not know the technical details or...
But 47,000 crores company was auctioned for 430 crores. Now I'm giving you the picture, the scenario. Now you apply your mind and say whether you feel that this is the done thing, or something more, some more clauses and safeguards should be there, some reserve price or something like that.
Ma'am, it does seem like it would be a cause of concern and would certainly raise public apprehension.
The perception of the public is that what is this?
Yes, ma'am.
However, the bank says, the NCLT says that no, there are no takers, and we are not recovering even a single pie.
Yes.
Then even 430 crore matters. Now between the two, what the grey areas are there. So how do we handle that? Any suggestion on that?
Ma'am, sorry, ma'am. I'll have to learn more about this.
Right.
Thank you, ma'am.
And you stay in Bhopal?
Yes, sir.
And somewhere near Bhojpur Club?
Yes, sir.
What is this Bhojpur?
Sir, Bhojpur was named after Raja Bhoj of the Paramar dynasty.
There's also a place called Bhojpur.
Yes, sir.
What is it famous for?
Sir, Bhojpur is a place in Bihar. And
No, very close to Bhopal.
Yes, sir. Sir, we have the Bhojpur temple
Yeah.
or the Bhojeshwar temple,
Yeah.
and that locality is also called Bhojpur, sir.
So what's special about this temple?
Sir, it has the tallest shivling in entire Asia, sir.
Tallest shivling in entire Asia.
Yes, sir. As far as I am recalling.
What kind of shivling?
Uh,
Has it been constructed or what kind of thing is it? Have you been there?
yes, sir. I have been there, sir. It is continuously under renovation, sir. But
Uh-huh.
yes, sir. I have heard something about it not being complete. It is
Okay.
still the largest, sir, even in the current
Okay.
status.
You are an electrical engineer.
Yes.
Engineer. So can you give me the breakup of various types of or various sources of electricity in India?
Yes, sir. Sir, currently total installed capacity is around 410 gigawatts. Solar constitutes around 70 gigawatts. Biomass is around 10 gigawatts. Renewable energy is around 7 gigawatts. And coal is around 50% of it.
50%
Sir, I will check the
or
exact.
more
Sir,
than 50?
Sir, I will check the exact data. Sir, around 50%. Sir.
Okay. What do you think about electric vehicles? Do they have a bright future in India or some kind of problems?
So there are certainly some challenges, but overall, I do believe electric vehicles have an immense potential, as we have also seen through the exponential increase in their sales in the last 1 or 2 years, sir. As the
But the sales are now sluggish. Even today, there was some report in the newspaper that electric vehicles are facing some problems.
Sir, I must have missed that report, sir.
Charging points, charging
Yes, sir.
stations are not there.
So charging infrastructure is a major issue, sir.
Yeah. Do electric vehicles have a gearbox or not?
Very sorry, sir.
Do they have a gearbox or not, electric vehicles?
Sir, in my understanding, they do not, sir.
They do not.
Yes.
So how do they manage the speed, transmission?
Sorry, sir. I'll have to read more about it.
Okay. Now, you must have studied about various kinds of turbines also?
No, sir. In electrical engineering,
They don't? They don't?
Sir, I believe it is under mechanical engineering, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I have
Okay.
studied about motors to some extent, sir.
No, not a problem. We have had very high transmission losses in India.
Yes.
At one time, they were to the tune of 50%. Now it has come down.
Yes.
What's the present rate?
Sir, I believe the total aggregate technical and commercial losses is around 22%, or some sources say between 20 to 30%.
So how they have been able to lower?
Yes.
How have you been able to do that?
Sir, one of the major causes of such high losses was theft and pilferage. This has been reduced significantly, sir.
Okay, thank you. That will do.
Thank you, sir.
Ayan Jain,
Yes, sir.
you have in prizes, medals, and scholarship, you have listed out a number of good things.
Yes.
Very good. But I don't find any achievement in outdoor activities.
Yes, sir. That is, sir, one area which, while I have pursued out of interest, but I was not able to take it up to a higher level, sir.
Which one did you take up?
Sir, I have played badminton and football. I used to play that in school days a lot.
Okay. So you intend to take it up forward now?
Sir, hopefully in the near future if I get time, sir.
You have landed up in the IPS.
Yes, sir.
So there is no escaping outdoor now.
Yes.
Tell me, you are from IIT. Lot of money is spent as subsidized
Yes.
to subsidize the graduation of a student by the government in IIT or even an IIM. After doing all that, enjoying all those privileges, our graduates go abroad. Okay? Many of them.
Yes.
Do you think it is a fair system?
Sir, I believe that this system was made well in knowing that many students will want to go into different fields, not just going abroad, but also into different areas within India also. Sir, one thing is that India always does believe that it wants to bring a closer world and a better world, not just about India. So, sir, contributing a high supply of quality engineers to different countries is also a matter of pride for India, which also leads to a better soft power in terms of reputation. And, sir, lastly, I would say that they send in a lot of remittance and bring in investment and technology transfer to India, which then does play a great role in the technological development of India, sir.
Remittances come till they get married. Once they get married, they start a family, then all the investment will be abroad, all the expenditure will be incurred abroad.
Sir, I'm not aware of the statistics or trends, but one thing I'm aware of, sir, is that even if people go to different countries, they do contribute back to India. For example,
How do they contribute?
yes, sir. Sir, one example I have seen myself is the IIT Delhi Endowment Fund, which the alumni contribute very generously to, even if they are not staying in India.
Okay. And what is done with those funds?
So this specific fund is, if I recall correctly, is about improving the IIT itself, infrastructure, equipment.
Okay,
facilities, sir.
okay, all the same. You have also worked for underprivileged children.
Yes, sir.
Let's say that you are made in charge of underprivileged children
Yes.
in some capacity, maybe as district magistrate or some capacity. And you are given 5 choices to improve their lot. To your mind, what should be the number one thing you should do for them?
Sir, I believe it would certainly depend on the specific situation about what problems the children are facing. It may be a problem of hunger or nutrition or lack of productivity. It may be that they are not being taught in their mother tongue or that they are not receiving adequate focus, sir. So it would certainly have to depend on the specific case, sir.
No, I mean, food, of course, is a requirement.
Yes.
You can never escape giving food to people. That is all granted.
Yes.
But if something more is to be added, what is the first thing you will think of?
Sir, I believe the resources will be my first priority. Enough textbooks in their language, enough infrastructure for teaching them.
How do we change the status of underprivileged children? I am not talking about food and clothing and shelter now.
Yes.
I am not talking about them.
Yes.
How can we change the status of underprivileged children?
Sir, in the long term, education and skilling provides them employment opportunities.
Okay,
which helps them.
all right. Okay. Have you heard of Article 24 of the Constitution of India?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
Sir, it prevents child labor and exploitation, sir.
Child means what age? What is the cutoff age?
Sir, it was 6 to 14, but I believe the legislation has increased it to 18, sir. I will check once again, sir.
Okay. So we have many IITs who are doing very good work. Why don't we start many more IITs in India? Is it not a good idea?
Sir, there has to be a balanced approach between, yes, starting new IITs, but also not proliferating them too much, because, sir, the quality of faculty also has to be maintained. Infrastructure itself is also a burden. For example, some new IITs did not have a campus for a long time, and attracting new students to new IITs also becomes a challenge, because many of them prefer to go to the original IITs, sir. So perhaps starting a few more IITs and then balancing as per the demand, sir.
Why are our other normal universities not doing as well as the IITs? What's the reason for that?
Sir, one thing I have noticed is that many of them are actually doing very well, but perhaps it does not come to light in media. For example, sir, the highest package or the best placement offer often does go to students of different universities. Apart from that, sir, one is definitely the funding aspect. IIT Delhi or other IITs being an institute of eminence, they receive rupees 1,000 crores, which helps them immensely. Second, sorry, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Secondly, sir, often due to the reputation of IITs, the best students prefer to go to IITs. So perhaps had they gone to other colleges, they would have done very well there also, sir.
Do you think the level of research which is happening in other universities, is it good enough?
Sir, in my understanding, we will find all levels of research in IITs also and in other institutes also. But yes, sir, because research is highly capital intensive, so often in other universities, it is not up to mark, sir.
Okay. Looking at India's present day situation, we are a growing economy, we are a developing country. How can we, standing within our present day limitations, increase the research activity in the universities? Do you have any idea?
Yes, sir. Sir, first would be increasing fellowship and scholarship programs, which would attract students to this career path. Second would certainly be
No,
increase.
that means funds have to come from somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Who will give the funds?
Sir, one would certainly be to alter the distribution pattern. Other would be involving private sector, that can be, or third, sir, collaborating with foreign universities also. Second,
Okay, I think you have
Thank
made
you,
the point. Thank you.
Ayan, looking back at 2023, from India's foreign policy, international affairs point of view, 3 hits and 3 misses.
yes. Sir, may I take a minute?
Sure.
Thanks. Sir, first hit I would say is with respect to the Israel-Hamas war, about how we prioritized our stand on non-violence and against terrorism, and we were able to balance our relationships with both.
Okay.
Second, sir, continuing our stand with respect to Russia and Ukraine, we continuously provided assistance to Ukraine while also not antagonizing our time-tested friendship with Russia.
Okay.
Third, sir, I would say our recent situation of how we handled the issue with Maldives, about how the ministers had passed derogatory
That
comments.
is a miss.
Sir, that is, I would,
We
in
have
my
lost Maldives.
sir, in my understanding, but I will definitely gain more experience. It is both a miss in one regard and a hit in one
But
regard.
another hit is there
Right, sir.
in foreign policy.
Sir, one I would say is the IMEC with.
No, the whole year that whole tamasha was going on.
Sir, it might be slipping me. Right.
G20.
Yes, sir, definitely, sir.
So
IMEC
3
has an
misses.
outcome.
Maldives is a miss.
Yes, sir.
Other 2.
Sir, one would be that Myanmar, we have not been able to promote a democratic government. We have been engaging with them. And third, sir, I would say how we have dealt with Pakistan or China, that we did not help Pakistan.
Our relations with Canada,
Yes,
they
sir.
plummeted.
Yes.
What happened?
Sir, it was regarding the alleged assassination of Mr. Nijjar. The Canadian Prime Minister, Mr. Justin Trudeau, alleged that Indian involvement was there.
We say that Canada has been very soft on separatists and terrorists and secessionists. What is the argument which we give?
Yes, sir. Sir, India has often asked Canada to take proactive measures against persons who are Khalistani sympathizers or pro-separatism, but Canada has not taken any action,
Be
sir.
specific. Some specific requests which we have made without any action from Canada.
Very sorry, sir. I will definitely read about it.
Extradition requests.
Sorry, sir.
Anyway, read about it.
Yes.
Now, what is, in your view, core of India's foreign policy?
Sir, it is to promote our own national interests.
Then go in sub points. Okay.
Yes, sir.
National interest abroad.
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3.
So, first would be our security, especially of borders. Second would be our economic growth. And third, I would say, sir, is our global leadership, especially being a global voice of the global south.
EAM, External Affairs Minister, recently said that now the government follows an India first policy, which was perhaps not followed in some cases in the past.
Yes.
What did he allude to? What was he referring to in the past?
Sir, one interpretation that, one understanding of mine in this regard is that India has now become such a powerful nation and has risen to this level that we can prioritize ourselves, that the world needs us, and so we do not need to be worrying about helping others too much.
But in the past, once or twice, did we put some other country's interest above our country's interest? Does something come to your mind?
Sir, one example is the vaccine supply to the world during COVID.
But that is a positive thing.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
Sir,
Anyway, let me change the
Yes.
subject. What is India's China policy? Can you summarize in 2-3 sentences?
Yes, sir. Sir, it is to engage with China and to cooperate wherever possible, such as in trade and economic aspects, and to avoid conflict, rather to contain the violence and to prevent it from escalating. Sir.
As a young man now today, you and your peer group, which problem in India you put at the first? We have several problems,
Yes.
but in your view, which is on the top of the list
In any sector, sir?
in India? No, general, any sector.
Sir,
Social, economic, foreign,
I personally feel that health is a major issue, sir.
health.
Yes, sir. Many people dying of hunger, sir. Hunger and health and poverty are three interlinked issues, sir.
Where would you rate employment?
Employment also is a very significant issue, sir.
Are you, as you move forward, look into the peep into the crystal ball, do you see some challenges coming, or you think enough jobs will be created in India for our youth? What is your prognosis?
Sir, I do understand that we have seen a more capital intensive growth rather than labor intensive one. And also the other issue is that of employability of persons, sir. Perhaps if their graduation or education is not up to mark, then employment issues certainly may arise. But
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Ayan, we complete the interview here.
Yes.
You can wait. We'll call you in 2 minutes.
Thank you.